Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and today we are going to be doing yoga to create stronger legs. So if you ever experience knee pain or you just feel like your legs need to be a little bit stronger, this one is for you. It wasn't until I experienced knee pain myself that I realized how important it is to have strong legs. And since I've been practicing yoga and working on my leg strength and also going to the gym as well, my legs feel much better and my knees hurt much less than they used to. There's still some days that, I have that knee pain, but I just, keep coming back to my mat and practicing my yoga. You don't need any tools for this one, but I am going to be using my blocks to bring the ground up to me because I'm fairly short, and my arms are not that long for some of these things that we're going to be doing today. So if you have blocks, feel free to go and grab them, press pause, or books or anything else like that. Otherwise, we are going to begin on hands and knees in the center of the mat. So make your way there. And we're just going to warm up the body a little bit here. Maybe it's morning for you, it's afternoon for me. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, looking up to the sky, and we'll exhale round. So we're cat cows. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Once more, inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, come back to neutral. I'm going to walk my hands out just a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to rock back and forth, back and forth. This is just warming up the knees a little bit. And if this hurts, feel free to pad the knees with maybe doubling over the yoga mat, or if you've got yoga jellies, anything like that. Now let's take some hip circles going in one direction and then the other. And again, this is all just to warm up the body, get it prepped for what we're going to ask it to do for us today. And then we will just widen our knees a little bit and then sink our bum back down on our knees for child's pose for a couple of breaths in and out. Breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. We're going to push our way back onto our knees here. And just going to sit up tall for a moment. This is where I'm going to use my block. I'm going to place it behind me here, just behind my feet. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twisting over to the right. And this is where I struggle to find the ground sometimes because my torso is long, but my arms are short. Inhaling. And on the exhale, come back through to center, taking it to the other side. Also with my frozen shoulder, which is getting much better. Inhale and exhale. I find I have difficulty reaching the ground. Breath in, and then go through center. Just take the block over to the side. Come forward, curl the toes under, and then sit back on your heels with the toes curled under, and make sure the pinky toes are also involved in this little toe stretch here. So toe squat, toe stretch, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to keep talking while we do this because it helps to distract. Maybe let's do some shoulder rolls backwards and forwards. Just keep breathing. You got this. Almost done. Come forward on the hands and then just tap that out. And then sit back. And what we're going to do now is make our way into a forward fold. So just going to curl those toes under, send the hips back, roll your way. So you're hanging into a forward fold. Now you can get there any way you want. That just works for me today. Just going to hang out here for a moment, just stretching our low back. Breathing in and out. Maybe it feels good to grasp the opposite elbow and just rock a little side to side. Or maybe we can use that block here and we'll bend one knee and then the other, just stretching out those hamstrings. Just doing what feels good in your body. The hamstring stretch feels good to me. And then we'll just fold, bend the knees generously, roll slowly up to standing. Try not to get attacked by the plant behind me. Nice. We're just going to stand at the back of the mat with the feet hip width distance apart. And we're going to lift up our right leg. And then we're going to step it forward, coming into our high lunge. So you want to make sure that your feet are on train tracks here. So your feet are hip width distance apart. Doing our high lunge. And if you'd like, you can reach your arms up above the head. Only one of mine goes up for me. Inhale, find a little more length. And then exhale, come down. This is where I'm going to use my blocks here. Coming into our runner's lunge. You can drop that back knee if you want. I'm going to drop mine because what I want to do here is I want to come forward a little bit and then come back, come forward, and come back. And then we're going to come back. We're going to lift that back knee up. So we're a low lunge. And then making your way up into high lunge. And you can put your hands on your hips here. And then low lunge, high lunge. Low lunge, high lunge. Think about tracking that knee, that right knee out so that you're not letting it collapse in. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. And then we're just going to come into that low lunge and we're just going to pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, and then drop the back knee and take it back into a quick child's pose for a moment, stretching out that low back. And then we'll take it through to the other side. So we're going to curl the toes under, make our way up to standing at the back of the mat. Going to pick up that left leg and then step it forward to the front of the mat, coming up on those back toes into our high lunge, pulling that navel in nice and tight. Inhale, reach arms up. And then exhale, come forward, dropping that back knee. Uncurl the toes and just lunge forward so the knee comes slightly over the toes. No different than if you're walking up and down the stairs. Leaning forward and sort of half splits, just warming up the hips a little bit. We're going to curl those back toes under, coming into our low lunge, picking a spot ahead of you to focus on, coming up into high lunge, hands on hips. So low lunge, high lunge, or low, high, keeping the core engaged, finding something to focus on. Feel that burn. Inhale. Last one. Dropping the knees. And then just a quick child's pose to reset. There we go. And back up. And we'll come into downward facing dog. Just going to walk out that dog. Both hands are at the front of your mat. Mine looks more like a little bit of a tripod, but that's okay. Maybe hold that just for a breath in. Exhale, look forward, and walk your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your way slowly up to standing. Now we're coming into chair pose. So we're going to make sure our feet are either hip width distance apart, or your legs can be together with the big toes together to touch and the heels pointed out. You choose what leg positioning works for you. For me, it feels better to have my feet about hip width distance apart. You can put hands at heart center. You can put them on your hips. You can reach them up overhead. Sink back into your chair. Keeping that core engaged. Find your drishti, your focal point. And we'll challenge ourselves here. We're going to come up on our toes. And then down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Not sure if you can see my calves shaking when I come up. Down and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Roll your way slowly up to standing. We're going to do tree pose. So I'm going to turn and face the camera. So your choice where you want your foot to be for tree pose. You can just balance your foot so that you're not balancing completely on one leg. You can place it on your shin, or if you have the capability and your knees don't hurt, you can put it on the inside of your thigh. Remember, when you're doing that, you're pushing your left leg into your right foot and holding. My yoga pants are always too slippery, so I just stay here. You choose where works for you. Again, finding that drishti, that focal point. This one's working on our core because we're keeping our core engaged. It's also making us think about holding those stabilizer muscles. Wobbling is perfectly normal. One more breath in. And exhale. Relax. Shake the legs a second and taking it through to the other side. So whatever you did on one side, you'll repeat that on the other. So for me, it's easier to stand with my hands at my heart. But if you'd like to grow your tree, feel free to do so. Just a little challenging again with that frozen shoulder, but it is getting better. So every day, a little bit more movement. Breathing in and out, finding that spot to focus on. One more breath in. And then release. Nice. And this is something where you can use a chair or a railing. We're just going to work a little bit on calf strength. So inhale to lift up and holding onto the railing if that works for you. Exhale, come down, barely touch the heels, and then come right back up. Dropping the heels and come right back up. Drop the heels and right back up. Dropping the heels, back up, keeping that core engaged. And if you don't have anything to hold on to, then just find that focal point. Should be feeling that trembling through the legs. This one's really good for your ankles as well. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. Let's give that a shake out. All right. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. So we're coming into our wide stance here. So big toes pointed out, straight ahead, big toes pointed in. Do what works for your body. Going to lower down into our goddess squat. First, we're just going to rock a little side to side. So hands on the knees. Maybe it also feels good to drop opposite shoulder to opposite knee instead of rocking. You do what works for your body. This is just helping our hips. It's working our hamstrings and our quads and our calves. And then we'll find some stillness here. And we're just going to hold in our wide-legged squat. And if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, lift up one foot and lower, the other and lower. Or if you feel really confident, lift up both and then down. Lift, maintaining that squat the whole time so your knees are still bent. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Maybe pulse. And drop. And then forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can grasp opposite elbow and opposite hand. You rock a little side to side, so you're bending one knee and then the other while the other leg straightens. Just getting a little bit of a stretch here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe walk the feet in just a little bit, lowering yourselves down into your Malasana squat for a breath in, just a transition. And then lower yourself down onto your bum. I'm just going to turn sideways here, stretching your legs out long in front of you, flexing your feet back towards you. Generous bend in the knees. Inhale, find length in the spine, maybe reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Just stretching out the back of the legs and keep that bend as generous as you need to. And then just relax and let your spine round and your chin tuck in. Breathing in and out. And then inhale, push your way slowly up to seated, making our way onto our back. Whatever way works for you. And we'll pull in one knee and then the other. Maybe rock a little side to side if that feels good to give your low back a massage. If it doesn't, absolutely feel free to stay still. Stretching out my left leg, keeping my right knee pulled in, flexing my feet towards my face. Just stretching out the legs a little bit. Do some ankle circles with the right foot going one way and then the other. And then let's swap legs, pulling the left knee in, extending the right leg out long, flexing the toes towards the face. And we'll do ankle circles on this side, one direction, and then the other. And we'll just extend that left leg long and take up some space on the mat. Shavasana. Just allowing your body to absorb all that you have put it through. Maybe you can feel your legs quivering or trembling, feeling that energy go through them. I know I can in mine. And just let your breath follow its natural rhythm here. Now, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana for longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you have to get on with the rest of your day, let's rock and roll our way up to seated. So pull the knees into the chest, rocking a little and getting a little more upright each time until you come up into a seated position. Cross your legs or sit in any way that feels comfortable to you. We'll take one breath in and out together here to close our practice. So big breath in Exhale. Hands together at heart center. Bowing your chin to your chest, thanking your body for taking you through this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the practice today, or on the mat today with this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and that your legs feel a little bit stronger. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscription and notification bell so that you know when my next video is available to view. I look forward to practicing with you on the mat again soon.